That's not a drone, is it?
No,
Oh, right.
it's a GoPro.
That's what I was like, whoa, these things have got so small since I last saw them last night.
Been lost recently, or in the last few years, especially after COVID and stuff. I felt so kind of isolated and detached from like all the people I kind of grew up with. But most of the people I grew up with are all down south, like over like kind of lockdown and stuff, like not being able to see those people, and then being a man, not very kind of good at keeping in contact with people. Yeah, kind of felt like I'd lost touch, and just felt really kind of isolated. Yeah, I've got all my mates up north that I cycle with, most of my family's up north as well, which is great. But yeah, just like the people who really know me, who've known me for like a long time, yeah, I've not been around them. And yeah, out here with Matt and Harry, so two Matts and Harry, mates from school. So yeah, known these guys like, wow, wasn't that? I've known them probably 20 odd years. Wow, that's intense. That's a long time to know people. But yeah, definitely not as fit as we were 20 years ago. This is great. Like, it's a great opportunity just to come away for the weekend, and yeah, just kind of, yeah, it's like, well, to be honest, it's like no time has passed at all. It's like straight into the same kind of jokes, banter, and like, yeah, it's just refreshing. It's just great for the kind of the mind, and the kind of, yeah, great for the soul as well. And getting out in the outdoors, what more can you want? Wow, that's a view to wake up to. Yeah, so it's day 2 of our little trip in Wales. We stayed here in this converted barn last night. Yeah, we arrived there last night, so in the dark, so I've not really seen these views yet. So, but it's just absolutely stunning. Like, you just can't get over like just how ginormous some of these mountains are here in Wales. Like, yeah, it's pretty breathtaking if you ask me.
Pretty good.
So yeah, where we're staying is just down by those trees there, and this is where we're headed. So we're heading up Snowdon, so literally right on the slopes of Snowdon. Gonna head up, and then we're heading up that ridge there, which is South Ridge, and then push up to the summit, which is in the clouds up there somewhere. Legs are feeling all right actually, considering we did what, 6 miles yesterday. In about 4.5 hours of actual walking, and then today's probably going to be maybe 5.5 hour day, maybe a bit more. So we did about 2,000 feet of elevation gain yesterday. I think today is about 3,000 3,000 feet of elevation gain. Yeah, currently just in the base layer and t-shirt, but I think the higher we climb, yeah, I might be needing a few extra layers. Different experience not being on a bike. like I don't do that much actual like proper hiking. Do a lot of dog walks and stuff out with Jess. Me and Jess used to do a lot of hiking, but yeah, it was kind of before we got the dog, and it's a bit harder like doing like hikes and stuff with Ted, because like especially with like this cattle or sheep grazing and stuff, yeah, it's been a bit more difficult. I think we had a run in with a cow a couple of years ago with Ted. I think that's kind of put us off kind of exploring into the wilderness and not knowing what the route's going to be, and also when you get to like the more kind of scrambly bits and stuff, a bit more worried about like letting Ted off the lead and stuff, because his recall is not the best. We're about an hour in to this climb. Just got onto the south ridge. You feel the wind. You're probably going to hear the wind. There's absolute galing coming across. It's going to be windy. But yeah, the weather's luckily it's not wet yet, so yeah, we're going to keep climbing. South ridge now, and yeah, so I'm about 1.5 K from the top. You see it's starting to clear up a little bit. Just went through a massive, like, yeah, all that weather front came through. Barely see anything, but yeah, it's clearing up now. You can even see where we started, back down there, that clump of trees in the distance.
For me, the pandemic drove a significant wedge in a number of my closest friendships. Social distancing measures and varying levels of personal risk made it virtually impossible to accrue the hours needed to develop and maintain a relationship. Without this, there have been many times over the last few years where I've felt isolated in more ways than one. So as I emerge and try to put the struggles of the last few years behind me, it's weekends like this that are going to be vital in enabling me to reconnect and regain the effortlessness that I had before.